Heard there's some news about Project Blueprint in the press. Can you fill us in?
Sure. CIMM's really pleased that this year, in 2014, we're finally starting to see some cross-platform measurement services coming to the stage where they can be further tested and developed. I wouldn't say they're completely ready to come to market yet, but CIMM's going to be working with ComScore on the Phase 2 pilot test of Project Blueprint, which will involve 10 media companies and 3 multi-platform ad campaigns working with both the advertiser and their agency over a 6-month period in the first 6 months of the year, where we're going to be further developing time-shifted viewing, measurement for children, measurement of advertising, and also the introduction of mobile video into the cross-platform measurement that ESPN had pioneered with the first phase of Project Blueprint.
With all of these innovations, what makes Project Blueprint unique in its space?
Well, the first thing that makes it unique is that it's 5 platforms, continuous measurement of video, text, and audio. And the 5 platforms are television, radio, smartphones, tablets, and desktops, laptops, online. The old computers, as we call them. And so it's 5 platforms and it's 3 types of media, and it's intended to become a continuous service where you can measure the unduplicated reach and frequency of media assets and also of cross-platform ad campaigns across all of those different types of media and different platforms.
Jane, what about demographics?
Well, demographics will be part of the service, and the way that this will work is that ComScore has pioneered the development of hybrid media measurement in the digital space, and now they're bringing it into television as well. So for the television measurement, they'll be using return path data from a variety of providers around the country. It has representation across all 50 states, and they will be combining it then with the PPM data from what is now Nielsen Audio, and that will be providing, that's a 70,000 plus panel that will be providing the demographics that will then be overlaid onto the return path data. So you'll have the volumetrics from the return path data and the demographics from the PPM data.
I noticed that there are 5 million homes worth of set-top box data. Can you talk a little bit about its origin? Who might be providing it?
Yeah, I think ComScore has spoken about the relationship they have with AT&T UVerse. So there's a large portion of the data is from AT&T UVerse. I think they've also announced that they have a relationship with Fourth Wall Media, which is kind of a middleware provider for a number of different smaller MSOs. And they also have an arrangement that is confidential that I can't talk about, I don't even know, with some other smaller, mid-size MSOs throughout the Midwest.
In thinking about Blueprint, who would you say are your direct competitors, if any?
Well, actually, there's no one in the market doing exactly what ComScore is doing in the development of Blueprint, which is 5 platforms and 3 types of media. There are services coming in the next year from Nielsen that are somewhat similar, and I think the industry is still trying to understand the nuances and what's different and what's similar. So we may not have the full answer to that yet, and Nielsen's still developing a lot, as is ComScore. Nielsen seems to be taking the approach of extending their linear television currency ratings across all the new platforms, whereas ComScore is starting kind of with how do you solve for unduplicated reach and frequency across platform. So there's some similarities between the two, and some differences, and I think the industry will be sorting that out over the next year as both of them are introducing new approaches to cross-platform measurement into the market.